Hey all, welcome back to Sci-Fi Quest. Okay, so we got the final episode of Silo. So hopefully it's a good season finale. There are a lot of questions that I want answered in this episode. However, whether they answer them, I doubt they'll answer all of them. It has been confirmed for season 2, so maybe they'll hold some answers back until then. But let's take a look. Oh, before I start, guys, 28 subscribers. I mean, that is outstanding, especially considering that I didn't expect to get any really. But yeah, I'm sure I can get some more likes as well. That would be outstanding, guys. It will certainly help me out and get me noticed by the algorithm. But let's get into this, shall we? Silo, episode 10, Outside. So we get the team going down this. I'm guessing this is the shaft that they throw the recycling down, all the stuff that they can recycle, or along those lines that we've heard from the start. It's the first time we're seeing this actually, so interesting. Uh, it's convenient that there's two ladders. It's very convenient. I mean, you wouldn't have thought they would need two ladders. But okay, fine, no problem. Uh, Looks like it might double as an air shaft of some sort, possibly. Okay, uh, an interesting new place. So, last episode, Billings searched Nichols' apartment. So he searched Juliet's apartment and found the book, tore the page out, and put it in the oven and set fire to it. But Sims, see, he's questioning him now about why he was there in the first place, and well, it's interesting line of questioning, and he's trying to be the boss. It's like he says he's above the deputy. But to be honest, I would have thought that they would. He wouldn't. I wouldn't have thought Sims would be ranked above the sheriffs, let alone the deputies, because I mean, law enforcement and judicial should work together, surely, for justice and safety and everything. But for some reason, Sims is stepping over and out of bounds, basically, over his mandate, so to speak. Um, he obviously won't know or doesn't know that Billings has that page. But I'd be questioning why Sims even believes that he has the power to tell everyone in the silo what to do. Especially considering that the only people that supposedly heard Juliet say that she wants to go outside is Sims and the mayor. So, I mean, he should be questioning that as well. If Juliet asked to go outside, then why is she running and hiding? It's an obvious question, and I think it's a bit silly that he's not that he must be questioning it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gone to Juliet's apartment in the first place, surely. But we'll see what happens, where this part of the story goes. I think it's a shame. I like Billings; he's a good character. So Juliet and the others have hacked into the well, I suppose it's the networking hub on level 120 something. I can't remember exactly what number. 129, I think. So now every single screen in the silo should be able to show this image, and it is a clear image of blue sky, green trees, and grass, showing that it is safe outside. I wonder how the others are gonna take that in the silo. I wonder if they're all gonna see it and believe it, to be honest. Or is IT going to be able to shut it down quick enough? I doubt it, because they'll all be seeing it now, I expect. Okay, so yeah, it's level 126, not 129. So, I was paying attention to everything else, not the floor number. So, okay. So the mayor shut down the screens for everyone, so the entire network is down. But I wonder how many people saw it. Well, that was dramatic. It looks like the sheriff deputies were ordered by Judicial to throw anything they can, anything heavy, down the chute. And Nichols, or Juliet, was actually climbing down. One of the deputies did warn her and told her to get out of the next hatch, but she didn't quite make it. But she did drop. And it turns out that there are people at the bottom who quickly realised, I'm talking in a split second, that that she was there, and grabbed her before the very large, I don't know, some sort of air filter or something like that, maybe an air conditioning unit, and possibly crash before it could crush her. So they must have heard her in the chute in order to react that quickly. So knowing that she's from that level, essentially, then you know, she'd have a lot of friends down there. But hopefully that means that she's got a lot of help. That would be nice to find out, essentially. So they found her. Her former boss told them where she was, and the mayor smashed the hard drive. But is it the same hard drive, I wonder? I wonder if it was a fake hard drive that he smashed up without realising it. Because, you know, did he check the number? I don't think he paid attention enough to check the number on the hard drive. So is it possible that it was a fake hard drive? Very possible, but we'll see. Hopefully it was. So the mayor offered her a deal. She stopped denying that she did that. She said that she wants to go outside, and waives her right to a judicial hearing. And he would walk her out in shackles, mind, in front of everyone, for everyone to see. And no one in the down deep would suffer as a result. So she agreed to it. What a stupid woman agreed to it. That is absolutely insane. Why would you waive your right to a judicial hearing where people will be able to hear what you say? And the fact that you didn't, and defend yourself, you know, and say, you know, just let people know that you didn't ask to go outside. So why would you go along with it? It's just ridiculous. That's bad. It's bad. You know, she's not very smart. I thought she was quite smart, but I mean, that is the stupidest thing that she's done. Plain and simple. Why would you agree to that? Now, this is a nice moment. I like this. The old lady has literally left her apartment. She's left her workshop and she's going to help Juliet. I would actually be very proud of her for doing this, because, you know, she's always been afraid. She hasn't left her apartment in more than 25 years or so, so I think it's really, really strong of her to actually leave to help. But what can one old lady do to help? You know, it just, I don't know. Let's see what she's going to do first. Okay, so one of the things that Juliet asked for was to find out what happened to George. And now that we're up at level 20, it didn't take them a day to get from down deep to level 20. Maybe it just takes a day to get there and back. Possibly. But, okay, fine. Right, so we're going to find out what happened to George, hopefully. And let's see if he gives her a choice. Go outside or jump. Because obviously that's what it feels like it's doing. It feels like that's where it's going. But we'll see. So they've taken her to what I am calling the observation room. So this is this is the secret that they didn't want anyone to know. This is interesting. I wonder where they're going with this. This has something to do with what happened to George, apparently. So George did kill himself. I had a feeling he might have, but now we know he did, and why. Because he didn't want to be tortured and give up anyone he works with, basically, or knows. Obviously, he's doing it for Juliet, so kudos. You know, dying to protect the one you love. It's something that happens throughout history and in a lot of dramatic stuff. So, yeah. Okay, fine. Chivalry is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Let's see what else happens. So, they're actually measuring her for a suit. Measuring her for a suit. Okay, fine. I don't understand why you would need to. But, okay. Fine, I guess. But I hope she remembers to just take the helmet off as soon as she gets out that door before she walks up the ramp. Because there's something in the suits that kills them. We know that. And let's see if she's smart enough to remember to take her helmet off. Or is someone going to come and help and save her? Possibly. You know, I have a thought that if I was in this situation and I was going to be sent outside anyway, I would say to hell with the suit. Clearly it doesn't do anything from what they believe, so clearly the suit doesn't protect them. So, what would be the point? To hell with the suit. I'll go out in my clothes, thanks very much. So her dad comes to visit, brings her something to eat, and he asks why did you ask to go outside? And she starts to say that she didn't, but then she looks at the camera and realizes she can't. She has to make something up, and clearly it's going to hurt her to say it. Basically, she's going to have to break his heart. Basically, I mean, they've just started getting. They just got to know each other again, and found and realized, that, what she believed was actually wrong. It's the absolute opposite. So, okay, so Lucas is brought to the mayor's office, kind of like a kid going to the principal's office. But in this country, it's the headmaster's office. But yeah, I never really liked this guy, but even though he helped, they're gonna punish him by sending him to the mines for 10 years, which, from what I can see, is almost as bad as being sent out to clean, apparently. We shall see. So the mayor is saying how he feels, is showing how guilty he feels, and that every human life is important, but her life was not meant to exist. She wasn't supposed to be born. Her parents were not supposed to have children. But, she mentions the giant steel door at the bottom of the silo, and he seemed surprised, like he doesn't know anything about it. Now that's interesting. But his only reply was the founders left many mysteries. They left you with a way out, and possibly even that steel door could be access to another silo. For all we know. For all they know. without actually opening it and going through it, how would you? No one will know anything. But there could be other silos in a network, and those steel doors are meant to connect them all. Maybe they weren't supposed to be the only ones. Is that possible? I mean, if you've read the book, don't tell me because I want to find out. Probably won't find out in this episode, but maybe next season. But I know this is supposed to be based on 3 books. I can't remember if it was 3 books in one series or if it's a book per season. But so we've got at least 2 other seasons of this, and to be honest, I'm interested to find out. But at the moment, the one thing I want to know is what happens to Nichols. Does she actually go outside? Does she survive? And what happens? I mean, what's the significance about that old lady's tape? They said it was better than theirs. So what's that? What's the significance of that? I'm actually very surprised that we haven't had Billings pay a visit and have a chat. I mean, surely he would want to talk to her about what's going on and everything. Surely, he would want to know. Maybe he would want to tell her that he burnt the book, but he kept the page. Maybe that's something that he would want to do. But he's in line to be the sheriff now. So, but at this point, I can only say one thing about Billings. Right this second, I think he's an asshole for not going to see her and have a chat. He's an asshole. And now we see the crowd gathering to watch Juliet go out and clean. And she's said what everyone else says. I'm not going to clean. Now the old lady's at the canteen, so she's going to watch. What's she done? I wonder if they swapped out the tape. I wonder if that's what they did. She swapped the tape out that they're using for Juliet's suit. That would make sense. Okay, so we're down to literally a couple of minutes or a few seconds of this, and she went to touch a rock and her hand went through it like it was a hologram. And the mayor's like, oh, she knows. What does she know? Come on. We need to see it. Are we going to see it? Or are they going to screw us over and make us wait until next season? Is she going to take the helmet off? From what I can tell, it's probably some sort of VR system. So what they see when they go outside is actually projected on the visor. That would make sense. But that's also not making sense that this is what they see, because I don't think this is what they see. I don't think this is what it's really like outside. But when she's outside and it's showing all the greenery, that's obviously a projection onto the inside of the helmet screen or the visor. So if she can take that off, we might get a glimpse of what it actually looks like. Maybe it is like I've said from the start. Maybe it is an experiment, like what was it called? There was a couple of other shows that were similar, but turned out to be experiments. Can't remember the name of them offhand, but we'll see. We've only got a couple of minutes left at most. So she took her sheriff's badge and put it on the rock, but she put it through the hologram and it's sitting on something underneath the hologram. So what? I mean, he is very shocked and surprised at what he's watching. The mayor has walked away, and he also said, before he walked away, he said, she knows. What does she know? Come on, tell us. Let us see it. What does it actually look like? Now, that still definitely looks like a holographic image. Must be like an LED wall type situation, as well as the 3D imagery. But what does it look like? Are they going to show us, or are they going to leave us in suspense for next season? I hope they don't leave us too much in suspense. So the mayor's running to the server room. Why is he running to the server room? Is he going to shut down these screens? Well, that would be a bit ridiculous, wouldn't it? That would be petty. I know he's supposed to be keeping everyone in the silo alive, but people are going to get suspicious about it. I mean, because she's standing up again. She's past the tree. She's at the top of the hill. What are they hiding? Show me. We all want to see it. So that fob with the light turns out to be a key for the server room. Okay. Not sure that makes sense, but fine. So is that what it looks like? Has the display literally malfunctioned, or has the mayor turned it off or changed it maybe? And we know it's definitely a holographic image, but is that really what she would see if she took the helmet off? Okay, so it's definitely not very nice outside, but there are multiple silos. So those giant doors that she was talking about, they would actually, that's it. It's to link the network of silos together. It has to be. It's literally, that's why those steel doors are there. And she survived. She's still alive. So obviously, the tape that they put on was swapped for the good stuff that she made, and obviously nothing leaked in, so she didn't die. She survived. That's why, because there was no breach in the suit. That old tape that they were using was bad. So yeah, fair enough. But I was hoping that it would all be really nice outside and it wouldn't be like that, but it kind of shows that there should be access between silos. They're that close together. They're like literally hundreds of feet apart, if that. And each one has that same door, same access. But I'm assuming they're going to roll the credits shortly. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. But I'm sure they're going to roll the credits shortly, so I will be back in a few seconds, I should think. Okay, so that was it. That's not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be nice and green and lush and safe to, outside. But it's not. The greenery, was a fake image. I hate it when they do stuff like that, because it makes you. I mean, that's one of the biggest questions answered, and it wasn't the answer I was expecting. But it's the fact that the mayor knows everything as the head of IT. How does he know everything? Does he know that he is obviously the 13 on the key? It's silo 13. So how many silos are there? So we know there's at least 13 of them, and we've just seen a reference of them all there, and more. There's got to be more than 13 there. So how many are there? If we had a nice panoramic view, we'd probably be able to see that there are possibly hundreds. But obviously, next season we'll most likely have them open those doors and access. But then I wonder if Julie's going to go to one of the other silos and knock on the door or something. We're going to stand there in front of the sensor. It's possible. That would make sense. And I would enjoy that. I'd like that. Okay, so guys. What an ending. I hate suspenseful endings, because you've got to wait until the next time. And, we don't know when the next one's going to come out, do we? I mean, hopefully it's going to be sort of the same time next year, but sometimes they let us wait. Sorry, I'm yawning. But sometimes they let us wait, and I hate the waiting part. When they make us wait longer. They've done it with Star Trek Strange New Worlds. We've had to wait longer. I mean, last year we had one show after the other, and it was crazy. But this time, it's just we had to wait until Picard finished, and then we got Strange New Worlds. It's just a pain in the arse. God. Okay, guys. So at this point of making this video, I had 28 subscribers. That is outstanding. I know we can do better than that. So if you've watched to the end of this video and you like my content, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the like, and subscribe. And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter. I'm on Discord, and I'm on Rumble. And I will soon be back up and running on Instagram as well. So until next time, guys, take care.